Freedom Pioneers of Africa.
Hujambo msikilizaji wetu, hii ni Radio Fadhila ikikutangazia kutoka Masasi, Tanzania. Tunakuletea kipindi cha Freedom Pioneers of Africa. Kukuletea hayo utakuwa na mimi mtangazaji wako Edwin Mpokasye. Matangazo yetu haya yatakujia kwa lugha mbili, ya Kiingereza na Kiswahili.
Freedom Pioneers of Africa.
Kama ilivyo kawaida, wiki hii tunakuletea mada mbalimbali kutoka Freedom Pioneers of Africa. Na wiki hii tunakuletea episodi ya 10 ambapo tunakutana na Kenneth Gwantai. Yeye anaangazia haswa usafiri wa siku zijazo kwa kutumia umeme ili kupunguza na unyafuzi wa hali ya hewa unaoletwa na usafiri wa tuk-tuk. Vipindi vyetu hivi vitakujia kwa lugha mbili, ya Kiingereza na Kiswahili. Kukuletea hayo ni mimi mtangazaji wako Mpokasye, nikutakie tu usikizi mwema.
Freedom Pioneers of Africa.
Wapenda mabadiliko katika jamii wanakutana na Global Connector kuona ni kwa jinsi gani mawazo ya Afrika yanaweza kuwa fursa kubwa. Tutamsikiliza mbunifu wa Afrika ambaye anaangazia usafiri kwa kutumia njia ya umeme siku zijazo, na amepata mbinu za kupunguza unyafuzi wa hewa unaoletwa na tuk-tuks, na anaelezea jinsi zinavyoweza kutumika katika miji ya Afrika. Kulingana na ripoti ya State of Global Air Quality 2020, unyafuzi wa hali ya hewa unahusishwa na vifo 5,000 nchini Kenya, na mwaka 2019 pekee ni moja ya sehemu ya 4 inayopelekea vifo na ulemavu nchini Kenya. Hivyo mwaka 2017 utafiti wa kiuchumi uliofanywa ulikadiria kuwa watu 19.9 milioni ya Wakenya wanasumbuliwa na tatizo la magonjwa yanayohusishwa na kutokupumua vizuri kunakotokana na hewa chafu. Tafiti nyingi zinaonyesha kuwa hewa safi jijini Nairobi inakiuka miongozo ya shirika la afya duniani. Hata hivyo, kaboni nyeusi mjini Nairobi ni ya juu ulimwenguni, inayoashiria hitaji ya kuwa na magari yanayotoa hewa safi mijini. Utafiti mpya umegundua kuwa unyafuzi wa hewa unaongoza kwa vifo. Madhara ya muda mrefu yanayotokana na unyafuzi wa hewa yanapelekea ugonjwa wa moyo, kansa ya mapafu na magonjwa ya kupumua kama vile emphysema. Unyafuzi wa hali ya hewa unapelekea pia kuharibika kwa nerves, ubongo, figo, maini na viungo vingine. Baadhi ya wanasayansi wana wasiwasi kuwa unyafuzi wa hali ya hewa unapelekea matatizo kati ya uzazi. Unaweza kuwa mshindi miongoni mwa randi 100 ya zawadi zitakazotolewa iwapo utashiriki katika majadiliano haya kwa njia ya simu. Nchini Kenya, tuk-tuk zinaharibu uchafuzi wa mazingira pamoja na mkokoteni kama inavyojulikana na wakazi. Ni kazi nzito na yenye kuchosha kwa vijana wanaotumia njia hii kujipatia kipato. Kutokana na hilo, Kenneth Gwantai amebuni tuk-tuk inayotumia umeme na mkokoteni unaotumia mashine kujibu tatizo linalotokana na madhara kwa wale wanaotumia kila siku tuk-tuks na mkokoteni. Mikokoteni hii ambayo inajichaji yenyewe kwa kutumia nishati ya kinetic. Ubunifu huu umepokelewa vyema na wanaoendesha tuk-tuk, na mkokoteni bila shaka utaboresha maisha ya Wakenya, na hapa ndiyo habari yenyewe.
In the year 2015, I saw an opportunity in the handcart business. That time, I wanted someone to carry for me a luggage from one point to another within around the Nairobi city. But now that day, the handcart people, we call them Kokoteni, were on strike because the governor of Nairobi that time wanted to phase them out of Nairobi because they were perceived to be a nuisance to the normal traffic in town, in the city. And again, them Kokotenis are again. But again, you realize they employ millions of youth who are unskilled, who don't have any certificate to look for a job. And they use this handcart to carry items for people from one point to another to earn a living. So that is where the idea came in now. And I did an extensive research, and finally, that is where my journey started. My name is Kenneth Gwantai from Nairobi, Kenya, and I'm a Freedom Pioneer of Africa.
Freedom Pioneers of Africa.
I worked for almost 3 years in a bank. But in the year 2015, I realized this is even becoming more routine job. And personally, I don't like a routine job where I come in the morning, I do what I've been doing yesterday, and I keep doing it 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. And I find I really need something that I can be able to grow. Every day, I learn a new thing. Every day, I learn a new thing. And that is now when I came up with that idea of venturing into electric mobility. To me, even that time, the idea was not even that much open because I didn't even have those terminologies like electric mobility. All I wanted is just to solve a certain problem for the Mpokasye and the tuk-tuk guy. So afterward, I just tendered my resignation. I went and told my manager at the bank, no, I don't want to work any further in the bank. I didn't want to venture into innovation. And the manager asked me, what do you want to do? And I told him I want to start producing electric Mpokasye. And the manager was laughing. And he told me to go to one of our psychiatric hospitals in Nairobi to come up with a letter to show that I'm functioning normally. And I think that time I told him, no, I really need to resign and go into innovation. Wow, it sounded weird to them, but finally I resigned in the year 2015 and now started the rigorous journey of innovations. When you look at the tuk-tuk, you realize we have several three-wheelers in our economy. And all these three-wheelers, we call them tuk-tuk, are mostly imported into the country. And I realized that even those who export them to our countries in Africa haven't put in place the local need of our people who uses them. And basically, they are used for last mile connectivity from point A, maybe where a matatu drop you and you have to move to your home from a main stage or even within a city where you need to move very fast from point A to B. But now you realize much as they are solving that problem of last mile connectivity, they are also becoming a nuisance in terms of carbon emission because you realize they make a lot of noise. Secondly, they pollute a lot of carbon because they use diesel. And this has become a problem even to our health in our major cities and the town. So that's why I decided, why don't we go the electric way, whereby we can reduce that noise as well as also make them more efficient to be used in our major cities and even make our cities look beautiful because whatever we have is just like a scrap metal moving around our cities, which is making our cities being degraded by even those who are selling them to us. The Mpokasye, many people are asking, how do you operate it? Because they have seen the conventional Mpokasye are just pulled or push. For this one, you just drive the way you do the wheelbarrow, where you hold the handles of the wheelbarrow is where we have put the accelerator, and on the left handle there is a braking system. So as you move, because it has 4 wheels, as you move, you follow it as you drive. You have an accelerator on the right, and you have a braking system on the left. Then the front wheels are fixed on a transaction DC motor. This DC motor is the only component that we import from Europe and China, and then we custom make them to suit what we really need locally. So you actually drive the Mpokasye instead of pushing or pulling. And what basically this does is that it increases the efficiency of the Mpokasye so that if I am carrying 500 kg of road, I don't need someone to help me to push it because all what I need is to drive and walk. For the Mpokasye, we have sold almost 200 Mpokasye in the local market. My vision is to set up one of the biggest electric mobility in Africa. And just because I started with an handcart doesn't mean that is one of the product profile that I wanted to start with, depending on my capability. Then I introduced the tuk-tuk, and now I'm thinking to expand even to electric vans and buses that can be used for our transport sector.
Freedom Pioneers of Africa.
Basi kama tulivyosikia habari za Kenneth Gwantai anapojitahidi kuwa mbunifu, kama tulivyosema, unaweza kujishindia kiasi cha randi 100 ya zawadi iwapo utashiriki katika majadiliano kwa njia ya simu kuhusu mada hii ya episode ya 10. Na sasa tunakutana na Global Connector. Tutasikia mazungumzo baina ya mbunifu wetu Kenneth Gwantai na Global Connector.
Freedom Pioneers of Africa.
Hello, this is Bianca Pretorius. I'm a startup pitch coach calling from Germany. Kenneth, I stumbled over your innovation and I was fascinated. Am I right in understanding that you would turn basically the world of tuk-tuks that has today still are done with fossil fuels and with all sorts of like last century stuff, that you turn them into electric tuk-tuks, but also self-rechargeable ones. Is that correct?
Yes, definitely.
Fantastic. I was wondering, so, I mean, yes, there's plenty of electric tuk-tuks in the market that you can buy, but yours seems to be somehow special. Can you again try to differentiate what is different with EloCart than the other electric tuk-tuks that are on the market?
Yes, thank you very much, Bianca. When you look at the tuk-tuk that we have in the market, you realize they are basically used for last mile connectivity, ferrying people from point A to B. But one of the challenges we are facing with them is that they are very, very noisy, and they pollute a lot of, they produce a lot of carbon emission to our environment. So basically, the EloCart that we have, which is an electric tuk-tuk, is pure electric. It runs on a transaction DC motor, which we normally import from Europe and Germany and also from China.
Every economy on this planet is working on the electrification of their mobility sector. So the specialty about your tuk-tuk is it's cheap. It's actually created locally, and it has this closed car feeling. So all the many tuk-tuks I've seen when I Googled electric tuk-tuks, and I found some to buy, but they're all like open. So they don't offer the safety that you kind of crave when you want to go on a ride, and they don't have the space. So I see there's a big USP from your product that could go to other markets. How could we expand this idea of EloCart and the product to make it an outside Kenya product, even to Europe, even to, the US?
Yes, this is a journey that requires a lot of collaboration and partnership. No one is perfect in everything. You really need people to move an item from one region to another. That's the way you may realize there's a product that was produced in Germany and is now being used across the world. Basically, I'm looking for the like-minded partners whom we can be able to partner with.
Fantastic. I mean, yes, when I saw the tuk-tuk, I thought, yeah, this could replace my family car inside the city because I don't need to go for like 100 miles, but I want some doors because if it rains and so on. So I think there's a lot of potential here. How do you see the potential of solar and wind creating the energy that then actually feeds the electric tuk-tuk?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think, as you have said, we have the natural power from the sun, and that is basically what the majority of people are delving to at the moment, whereby we can have an electric tuk-tuk with a solar panel on top, so that even when you are moving at any place, you can be assured that you can have your tuk-tuk charge. And as I said earlier, we have an order for 20 tuk-tuk currently by one of an organization, government organization in Kenya. And that is what exactly we will be able to do with those tuk-tuk. We will install solar panel on the top of those watambuza, so that when they are in the northern part of Kenya, in the semi-arid and arid areas where it is even very hot, if you are parking your tuk-tuk out there, it can be able to charge at all time. Yes, we are incorporating the solar system in our vehicles, and even at the scale up, we are not limited to tuk-tuk. As I said, the certification we have gotten has opened my mind. Now I'm thinking of even e-van and e-buses, And these will come as honors, because many people are requesting whether we can be able to partner with them from South Africa so that they can be able to be the major distributor of our tuk-tuk in South Africa. Others are requesting as far as Latin America, whether they can partner with us to do the same in Latin America. Yes, with all this mind, you see, electric mobility is a new technology in the world. And as per the Paris Convention on transition to electric mobility, that's the way we intend with the mobile phone. That is where we are ending to. We have no option but to start shifting, and we can only shift if we work together in collaborations.
There's a saying most businesses will die from suicide rather than murder, because often we were afraid, somebody will kill my business, and often the businesses kill themselves. Kenneth, though, he planned his financial model so well that he knew exactly what he's doing, and so that it could grow sustainable, and that is actually helping success. And my last takeaway is, look at Kenneth as a person. He came from something completely different. He was finance and banking, and he was just bored with his job. He's like, I don't want to do that with my life. That life can offer more than that, and there's so many problems to solve. So he decided to completely transform his education, the things he does, the things he knows, and went into a field that he now is an absolute expert on, from banking and finance to building a business in sustainable electric mobility. And so that takeaway is, you are not cooked yet. You're not forced to stay where you are. There's plenty of opportunities, and especially in the field of decarbonizing the world, there's so many business opportunities. Keep your eyes open and don't be afraid to change. Kenneth, thank you so much for taking this call from Germany.
Thank you very much.
Freedom Pioneers of Africa.
Tuambie, unafikiria nini? Unafikiri kuwa Kenneth atafaulu katika ubunifu huu, na kwa sababu zipi? Tumeandaa ushauri kwa Kenneth pamoja na mshauri wetu Bianca Pretorius, na yanaanza kwa kumpa mangamuzi mbalimbali yanayohusiana na teknolojia, kidijiti na ubunifu. Hebu tuone Bianca atafanya nini kumwendeleza Kenneth pamoja na mkokoteni unaotumia umeme kuelekea mafanikio makubwa. Tunamshukuru mbunifu wetu Kenneth Guntai na Global Connector Bianca Pretorius. Kama tulivyosema, unaweza kujishindia zawadi kemkem iwapo utashiriki katika majadiliano haya kwa njia ya simu. Una mawazo gani kuhusu ubunifu wa Kenneth? Unaweza kutumia ubunifu urafiki unaojali mazingira, hata kama ikiwa kwa gharama kidogo. Kuna ubunifu gani katika jamii yako ambao unalenga kukabiliana na uchafuzi wa mazingira? Una mfano wowote kutoka jamii yako ambao wameonyesha nia ya kuwa wabunifu au wajasiriamali? Una mawazo gani unaweza kufikiria ambayo inaweza kusaidia katika kukabiliana na uchafuzi wa mazingira katika jamii yako? Ni pengo lipi lililopo katika jamii yako? Unaweza kufikiria chochote ambacho kinaweza kubuniwa ili kusaidia kutatua tatizo katika jamii yako? Kwa kushiriki majadiliano yetu kwa njia ya simu, kwa kupiga simu namba 0622562231. Unaweza kushiriki mazungumzo haya kwa kupiga simu kwa namba 0622562231. Vile vile unaweza kututumia voice note. Anza na +27626278997. Nitarudia, anza na +27626278997, ukielezea mada husika, ili uweze kuwa mmoja wa washindi wa randi 750 ambazo hutolewa kila wiki. Tuambie, ni changamoto ipi inayopatikana katika jamii yako ambayo unaamini inaweza kutatuliwa na wabunifu? Basi nikutakie tu usikivu mwema wa vipindi vyetu vinavyoendelea, nikikuaga kutoka hapa studio zetu za Radio Fadhila.